Please welcome Lynds.
What I'm going to do today is kind of off-tempo what I've usually been doing. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on a glute day. As we know, most girls want to build their glutes. So I have trained many bikini girls in my past, including my wife, for 7 top 5 national placings. So these are my ideas of really good glute exercises. And I will say disclosure right now, glute hip thrusts are not in those top 5. In my mind, and I'm not the only one, anything that you're using a thrust or anything like that, the quad is the main muscle being used. The glute, yes, is assisting, same as the leg press, same as the squat. So I'm gonna only concentrate on glute exercises. So the hinge of the hip. I'm gonna get my lovely assistant, Jade. So basically it's a wide leg dumbbell squat and right into a stiff leg. So a little bit wider than hip width, toes angled out. So basically you're hip hinging down and squatting with the weight going directly down, keep your head up, and then stiff leg, hip back. Good, keep going. Essentially you want to do 10 for 10, so 20 reps in total. As you can see, she's really sitting her weight on the heel on each exercise. So the one thing I'm eyeballing right now is basically her back. Is it basically upright and not curved? Second thing I'm really watching is her foot. So you can really tell with somebody, you can see in her foot that all her weight's here to here instead of going towards her toe. That optimizes all the weight and it makes her use her muscle without putting any stress on the joint at all. Sets and reps, like I said, 10 for 10. So basically doing 20 in total. So 10 of the dumbbell squat, 10 of the stiff leg. And then sets wise, you're gonna do roughly 4 sets. This is kind of warming up, stretching out the joints, stuff like that. Then you're gonna move into another one here in a second. Here she's doing a single leg stiff leg or single leg hip hinge. Same as the last one, keeping all the weight on the back. As you can see, balance does become an issue. So if you're having a problem with the balance, just have something there that you can put like a couple fingers on. So you're not like leaning on that hand. It's just there if you need it. So she's gonna superset right into a curtsy lunge. So basically what she does is she keeps her body upright and it's just across back and back. Big thing is keeping your weight upright and sitting back on that front heel. A lot of people don't sit back, which means you're not putting the pressure on that glute, but more so putting it on the quad of that front leg. So you're really gonna kind of sit back and really sit that glute down. A lot of people tend to, again, stay on the toe of that front foot, and they're leaning forward, which puts all that pressure on that quad, and the quad's gonna take over. So as soon as the quad gets signaled to work, it's gonna take right over, and the glute's really not doing it. All you're doing is stretching it. So you really gotta think about sitting back and putting that weight on that heel. So when you're back, everything's right here, and you're driving that up, then you're planting, then you're coming around, then you're sitting back. So it's a sit back, it's not a just go down. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into what I call the clock. So it's a 3-stage glute kickback, really, on a cable. I find a lot of people, again, they're using their quad to do this. So they do more of like a kick. So yes, you're using it, but realistically you want the stiff leg coming back. So you're not using the knee. The knee really shouldn't be involved if you want just a glute exercise. So what I'm gonna get her to do is standing back with one foot, obviously connect back. You're gonna go 10 at 6 o'clock. Because it's the left leg, you're gonna go 10 at like a 7:30. And then you're gonna shift your body ever so slightly, you're gonna go 10 at a 9 o'clock. So the other leg, you're doing a 6, a 4:30, shifting, and a 3. So it's 10, 10, 10. So the reason I'm getting her to keep it stiff is as soon as she engages the quad's gonna try to help. So realistically, the glute is just a hinge. So if you want full usage of the glute, you gotta keep everything straight. So it's just like a lever. So everything's staying straight. So now she's moved on to, this is right like mid-range. So you wanna lengthen out the glute in the other exercises, so the stiff legs and stuff like that. And this is gonna be kind of like doing like a pec deck or something like that. If you think about it in that analogy, you're just squeeze, putting all that tension on that muscle. I have a wife and kids. Obviously, this is a young girl. I am not putting my hands on her. Even though a person thinks, oh, I gotta feel it. I can ask her if she's feeling this. You can tell by the strain in her face. Realistically, all I have to look at is range of motion. Is she going in the right direction? Is she going to full optimal squeeze? It's not hard to see that she's failing, so I don't have to be putting my hands on her constantly. That's just, you're going over the line. So be smart. Like, even as a female client, I've been training girls for almost 20 years now. I'm not putting my hands on her. So especially in a glute exercise, or if she's doing a pec, I'm not putting my hands on her chest. Maybe in a back or a leg exercise, I'll put my hand on her quad just to ensure that she's getting full flex. But in those certain aspects, I'm not putting my hands on a girl. It's uncalled for. Just don't do it. So, all right, finishing up. We're gonna finish with back extension. But there's certain ways that you can deviate this or move your feet to really kind of maximize glute movement. So I'm gonna use this machine here. Personally, I don't like the whole holding a weight aspect of this movement. So if you are gonna use this, it's a band. So you can basically put a band on out. So you put the band around your shoulders, gonna come up, and you're driving your hips through. So for the first 10, coming up, drive, coming up, drive. So you can see that my back is straight. So the main mover in this is my glutes. Once you get to the 10, band can come off, come up, hands across the back, and now all you think is I'm crunching and I'm straightening. Crunching and I'm straightening, but I'm keeping my glutes fired the whole time. So the whole time I'm pushing my glutes through, curl, straight, curl, and straight. So for the second half of that movement, the second half of the set, the main movers is your spinal erectors. So instead of basically putting all the emphasis on my glutes, I'm changing it to the spinal erector. So first half is the glute hinge, second half is curl and straighten. So that's all lower back. So it changes basically the force of where it's gonna hit on her, but it's another glute maximizer glute movement. So okay? Okay. So when you come up, you're driving your hips through, you're flexing your glutes. You're only coming up. Come up right till you hit my hand. Right there, as far as you go. 3. So by angling the foot out, you're emphasizing glute movement. 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold there. I'm going to take this off. So hold there, and now you're just going to curl Nope. So come on up. So stay right there. Yes. Curl and straighten. Straighten back up. All the way. There you go. So look at me. So curl, straight. There you go. Curl and straight. So all the pressure just gonna touch your lower back. Is that okay?
Yep.
Right here. Come all the way back up. Good. Curl right there. Come back up. Straight. Curl and straight. Right there. Do 2 more. Curl. Straight. Curl. Come up. Straight. Good. So the whole point of that last movement, as you can tell, look at her face, puts all the pressure on the spinal erector. So a lot of people, when they do this, they load up, they hold a plate, they're just grinding it right out. So the first half, she did 10 with weight, with the band, but she angled her bit. So now the main mover is her glute. It's almost like doing a stiff leg. Then the second one, take the band off, and all she's doing is curling and straightening. So the whole point of the ab is to curl the spine. The whole point of the spinal erector is to straighten the spine. So all she's doing is the hips are staying here, she's curling, straight, curl, straight. That's it. It's a very small movement, but it's the whole point of that lower back. You get a couple of those bad boys in, your lower back is gonna scream. Give that a try the next time you're doing this. And try the band as well. Good job. All right, so that is essentially we just did 6 movements for glutes. So we started off with the glute dumbbell squat, right into the stiff leg. Then we went into the single stiff leg, into the curtsy lunge superset. Then we went into what I call a clock. So it's glute kickback, 10 at 6 o'clock, 10 at a little bit of an angle at 7:30, and then 10 at 9 and 6, 4:30, and 3. And lastly, we ended up with the back extension, really concentrating on that first 10 with weight, with a band, more of a hip hinge, and you're really pushing that hip through, only going parallel. You're not hyperextending your back. And then without taking the band off, then really concentrating on keeping that spinal column straight, curl and straighten, curl and straighten. That's all just spinal erector. Really going to help with that that shelf that all the girls are trying to achieve, and it really helps with that bikini or wellness look from the back. So really trying to emphasize that lower back, Christmas tree, and that shelf at the very top of the glute. So thanks to Jade for helping me out today and being my little guinea pig throughout this, and many more of these videos to come. Again, if ladies are interested, comment, like below, bring in other exercises that you want me to show and showcase to really help with that bikini look. So anyways, that's it for me. We'll see you guys later.